Well, hello there. This is Kate, and I'm with the Seth House. And you can find us at www.thesethhouse.com. And I'm here to tell you that it's so important what we're doing at the Seth House. It is not, we're doing so many things. We are trying to raise money to restore a beautiful old Victorian home that is in disrepair. And you can see that on the website, or if you drive up Water Street, you can see it. This is a wonderful place where Seth came through to Jane Roberts and recorded most of the very important material that we call the Seth Material. And we have been doing this now for, it's 4 years almost, when I started learning about the material and integrating the material. And today we do Seth Talk every Sunday at 1 o'clock New York time. And we, talk about practical Seth, our everyday life and how we use the Seth material. So we have been doing Psi time, which is psychological time, and Seth talked about this and how important it was to connect with our inner senses. And with our inner senses, we learn to be our more true, expansive selves. And it's a simple practice, but it is a practice, and it's something that can be learned easily through his words. But what I have found, and this is just for myself, this is personal experience, is discussing with a group is so important. So this is why we've done a Seth book discussion group for the last 4 years. And we have been doing online Seth Talks since, I think we started in the end of March. So we have been doing that, and it is opening channels, and it is so beneficial to everybody that's on, that participates, or that listens in the future. And this is such timeless material. So one of the biggest focus, like the major focus with the Seth House, the corporation, the not-for-profit, right? We don't get any money for this. We are just trying to raise awareness of the Seth material to all peoples of the world. And with the internet, it's allowing us to do that. So the Seth House, the house itself where the material was delivered, or most of it anyway, is a good centerpiece for people to gather. So right now it's a public, it's an apartment building. It's private, people live there. We want to turn it into a place of contemplation, a place of research. And people say, well, the books are there, you can research this way. That is true. We want people to buy the books. And then the Seth House is a place that people can gather to do research and development. So developing these skills is so important. And if you talk to any tech industry, anything modern, research and development is so important. So over these past 50 years, people have been reading the books, discussing the books, and living with the books. It's time to now develop the things that we're learning. So we would like the Seth House to be that place where people could gather for research and development and contemplation and feel the energy that Seth left in this building. So as we proceed with Seth Talk and the Psi Time recordings, we just want you to know how important it is for us to get this message out to the people, and how important you are to the Seth House to give the Seth House donations to keep this going. So at the present time, the corporation does not own the building yet, but we rent 2 apartments there, and there's monthly bills. So we need your donations to keep going. And the home is in really disrepair. We have restored 2 of the apartments to a beautiful level. They're not restored completely because we don't own the building. For instance, we would love to put in the windows that match the originals that were in Rob's art studio. They've boarded them up. So the windows are only on one side now instead of all three. So there's things like that that we would like to do, and and then obviously foundation work and electrical work and bringing things up to code and that sort of thing. But more than anything, we want this to be a gathering place, and we need you, each one of you, to donate, to be very generous with the Seth House so that we can keep Seth's message alive and start with the research and development. And we're trying to start that right here online with these recordings that we're doing, with the Seth talk that we're doing, but to make this a more physical location where people can gather is really the ultimate goal. And I thank you, and I hope you enjoy the recording.